Welcome to Mocha's Nola Bells and Bows, where the love runs deep, the fam stays strong, and the bells, they always ring for us. We the bells and we hold it down, yeah. Real ones only, we don't mess around. All love, no cap, no clout to chase, just truth in the chat and respect in the space. It's family. Mocha got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role. Just show up real and you already home good. Pull up to the bells and bows like a Sunday seat. Got peace in the room and the vibe on beat. No drama, no mess, just minds that meet. Introduce yourself in the chat and the minds gon' greet. Real talk, we got brothers and sisters here. Ain't no fake love, every heart sincere. We been through storms, but the skies stay clear. Loyalty live, that's the chant you hear.
No chaos in the comment section, just bells and bows with a bond and a bold connection. Safe space, strong face, deep reflection. Mocha don't fold, that's pure protection.
If you ever felt unheard, misunderstood, pull up in the chat, we treat you good. Ain't gotta be loud, just gotta be true. Mocha got the light and we shine with you. Not a panel of pain, it's a platform of pride. Everybody got space and we don't divide. If you're loyal, you love, that's how we ride. Got a bell and a bow and a name but a tribe. We're reminders to the lurkers and folks on rewatch. Every tap, every like, we feel it alive. Mocha ain't just a name, it's a vibe. You call, no the bells, no the boys. That's a family, not a thought. Bring it loud, and we hold it down. Yeah, we do. Real ones only, we don't mess around. Real talk. All love, no cap, no clout to chase. Just truth in the chat and respect in the space. It's family. Mocha got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role. Just show up real and you are.
Mocha said that to every bell and bow in this space. Whether you typing, watching, or just vibing, you are this family. And over here, we don't fold.
We the bells and we hold it down. Yeah. We the bells and we hold it down. We the bells and we hold it down. Yeah. We the bells and we hold it down. Hold it back up on the bells and we hold it down. Yeah. We the bells and we hold it down. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. Welcome. Welcome back to the porch, guys. As promised, we're back tonight because the story didn't end on yesterday. It definitely didn't end on yesterday. As a matter of fact, today, it took a turn that I don't think a lot of people saw coming. We felt it, we imagined it, but we didn't think that they would actually speak it. And I know y'all saw tonight's title. They finally talked. The confession, the 911 call, and the warrants. And I know every last one of y'all saw the thumbnail too. They finally talked. But where was she disposed? Where is little Javeayah Harris? These people spent 30 plus days of lying. And if that didn't stop you while you were scrolling, I honestly don't know what would have. Because when we got off this porch on last night, we were still looking at them trying to uncover where she was. But today, investigators opened the door, and what was behind it? It's almost impossible to wrap your mind around That 911 call has now been released. The arrest warrants have now been unsealed, y'all. And according to investigators, what both parents finally admitted completely changed the game. Now, I want y'all to do something for me, just for a second. Just go back with me to the evening of June 30th in Aiken County, South Carolina. That mama calls 911. She programmed herself to sound frantic while dropping Blue's Clues. She tells the dispatcher that her 4-year-old daughter, Javeayah, little 4-year-old Javeayah, she said, had wandered away near the chicken coop, wearing pink Minnie Mouse pajamas, pink beads in her hair. Oh, baby, she was very descriptive. She tells authorities, y'all, please hurry. Then in the midst of her rambling, she says, maybe somebody took her. Maybe there were some rug addicts that walked through my backyard in the neighborhood. Maybe they grabbed my baby. She said all of that. Just saying that, she sparked an entire community to spring into action. People that were genuinely concerned. But the thing was, little Javeayah was never out there. Javeayah was never hiding in those woods. The rug addict never took little Javeayah. She wasn't lost near a chicken coop. She wasn't waiting for somebody to come rescue her. According to investigators, while all those law enforcement officers were out there searching those woods, the truth was sitting right there in that home. And days after interrogation, days after interview, days and days of pounding these people for answers, both parents finally broke. Not because someone on Facebook solved the case, and not because TikTok figured it out. The investigators said they talked. Their own statements, combined with evidence collected during the investigation, painted a picture that was so disturbing, y'all, that this missing child case instantly became a homicide investigation. Investigators now allege that little Javeayah had been deceased for weeks, leading into a good hot month. They said she suffered injuries inside that home with those same so-called parents. They said the injuries that baby suffered, medical care was never sought. And instead of calling for help, her body remained inside that residence. And according to the arrest warrants, eventually, they didn't say how long she stayed inside that house, but they did say eventually she was transported away from that home and hidden. Think about that. Think about that, y'all. Everything the public believed began falling apart. The frantic call, 911 call fell apart. The disappearance fell apart. The timeline, the search, all of that fell apart. None of it told the real story. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, right here on the porch, we're going to walk through what investigators say happened, what those warrants said happened, what was admitted, what was released, and what questions still remain unanswered. Because this is no longer the story of a missing little girl. It is now the story of a little girl who never got the chance to save herself. And tonight, Nola Bells and Nola Bows, we're going to give her the voice she deserved. Because this is who we are and this is what we do. Now come on in here, guys. Come on in. Pull up your chair. Pull up your chair. And let's walk through this together. Welcome to each and every one of you on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday evening. Before we get started, y'all already know Mocha has to do what Mocha does each and every time. I have to acknowledge the people that help keep this porch running smoothly day in and day out. To all of my moderators, I want to thank y'all for everything that you do on this porch, keeping this chat in order. Your time, your support, your dedication, it never goes unnoticed. And to one of our newest moderators on deck, our girl, Lottie Marty. Lottie Marty is now officially a Nola Bell, Nola Bow moderator. To all of my channel members, supporters, subscribers, replay gang, Bushwatchers, you as well. Thank you all so much for continuously pulling up a chair and spending your evening with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. And for those of you that may have forgotten, please go ahead on and hit the like button for your girl. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so you can continue pulling up a chair on this porch and letting your voice be heard. Over here, everybody's somebody. There are no big eyes and no little U's. Every opinion matters on this porch, and every opinion deserves respect. Now, if you were enjoying this conversation and conversations prior, share the live stream out. Invite somebody else to come sit on the porch with us. And y'all already know I just need one more favor, and that's to go ahead and double tap those emojis over there to the right. Only to let YouTube know that your girl done turned the porch light on. Over here, we're chilling in the cut. Sipping, vibing, and having real conversations. The more y'all interact with the emojis to the right, the more YouTube pushes this conversation out to people who may have never found this porch otherwise. And before I forget, make sure those notifications are always turned on, and that way you'll be notified when Mocha turns that porch light on any given time. And again, supporting the channel is always appreciated. Super chat, stickers, gems to hype the live stream, Cash App, they're all available. And I want to let you know that every bit of love y'all show this channel never goes unnoticed. Your support encourages me to keep digging, to keep opening up this porch night after night, creating a space where people can gather, unwind, learn, laugh, question, and simply be heard. Because one thing about this porch, we don't have to always agree with each other, but we can definitely disagree respectfully. And before we jump into tonight's discussion, we're over here discussing publicly available information, public statements, actions, reactions, records, 911 calls, arrest warrants, charging documents. Everything we're discussing tonight came from them. All of them. Now go on and figure out who them is, because they definitely know who they are. They said what they said when they said what they said. So don't look over here. I ain't doing shit, but dissecting what they put out there. Everything shared tonight is presented for discussion, commentary, education, opinion, and entertainment purposes only. Nothing discussed during this live stream should be interpreted as a declaration of fact regarding any person's guilt, innocence, motives, criminal liability, or legal responsibility. The allegations we discuss are those described by investigators and contained within the publicly released records of documents. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get started. But y'all know I have to greet my porch. I have to greet each and every one of you that are here this evening. The live stream wouldn't be a live stream if I did not do so. My girl, Lottie Marty, I see you, baby. I see you. And as always, welcome and congratulations. My beautiful sister Pie is here. Welcome, sis, and happy Tuesday to you. 504, I see you, beautiful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Victoria King. Welcome, my love. Victoria said they both lied, Mocha. They both lied. Portia, I see you, my love. Welcome to the chat, baby, and happy Tuesday to you. My girl, my sister, PJ. Welcome, beautiful. Welcome. Happy Tuesday, sunshine. Welcome, my love. Happy Tuesday to you as well. I see you all coming up in here. Tony, I see you, my love. Happy Tuesday, baby. Or is it? No, today ain't Tuesday, girl. Today Monday. Where I'm going with a Tuesday. Oops. My bad. It's Monday. Choose, child. I'm rushing the week. Talking about a happy Tuesday. Marty says, I just watched recent news where Javeayah was on a video and her mom asked her about a baby. To her, she looked nervous. Girl, I saw that, but that child had that lump on her head. My girl, Tracy Ellis, welcome, my love. Happy Monday to you, Kamisha. She said, Mocha, that confession sounds like Mommy Dearest. Unalive Javeayah. And Papa Joe hit her. That's why he wore his guilt in that courtroom. Mommy Dearest didn't care either way. We're going to talk about it, Kamisha. My beautiful sister, Essie, welcome, my love, and happy Monday to you. Sunshine said that deadbeat had a court date today or yesterday. It was yesterday, baby. It was yesterday. Trina Ellis, I see you, my love. Welcome and happy Monday, Trina. Beautiful soul. I see you, my girl. Welcome, welcome. Chisette, welcome, baby. Happy Monday. Hey, my girl, Mimi, welcome, welcome, my love. Hope all is well. Kimberly Earls, I see you, baby. Welcome to you. 504, it was so disheartening. 504 said, I saw the press conference. That sheriff had to stop himself from crying. It's a mess. It's disheartening. It's heartbreaking for a lot of people. Diamonds of Delta, welcome, my love. Happy Monday to you. Sunshine said that baby didn't deserve that. I pray they give both of them. life in prison or the penalty. Tony, I see you, my love. Happy Monday, baby. Welcome, welcome. Marty said that gal is full of BS by the ton. If you know area you know good, full of dubious people and habits, why in God's name you move there? Because you know what you did to your daughter. Old story. You can run, but you can't hide. Absolutely, Marty. But I'm going to get. Tony said this is getting ridiculous with these babies. If you don't care for them, drop them off at the fire station or the police department. They didn't ask to be here. Stop hurting these children. Absolutely, I agree. It's time to stop hurting these children. When will enough be enough? Ernestine, welcome, my love. Happy Monday to you, baby. Happy Monday. Hey, Yakir, welcome, baby. Welcome. Happy Monday to you. Natasha, I see you, my love. Welcome, Rhapsody. Hey, baby. Welcome. Carla Henry, I see you as well. Welcome, my love. Look at my beautiful niece that hopped up in here. Hey, boo. Hey, Star. I am covered. Welcome, my love. Welcome. Welcome to each and every one of you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. If you haven't already, hit the like button for your girl. I encourage you to do so. It don't cost a dime. And before we get started, I have one question. One question for everybody in the chat. At what point did you realize something wasn't adding up in this case? At what point did you realize it wasn't adding up? Because we all are mixed. We all have felt a certain type of way about this situation. Drop your answers in the chat, and while you're typing, go ahead and hit that like button for your girl. Share the live stream out, and let's get into it. You're just tapping in. Let me give you a second to get settled, because what we're discussing tonight is heavy. And over the last 24 hours, this investigation has taken a major turn. Documents have finally dropped. The arrest warrants have been unsealed. The 911 call has been released. And investigators have provided information that completely changed the direction of this case. But before we start dissecting the statements, talking about the parents, and before we get into what investigators say happened, I need all of us to do one thing. I need you to picture a calendar. Big old calendar sitting on a living room wall in an office space, just a big calendar. Because in my opinion, the most disturbing part of this entire case isn't just what the investigators alleged happened. It's how long they alleged it was happening. The illusion of time. So let's slow this thing down one day at a time and walk through that timeline exactly as investigators have laid it out. Because sometimes the calendar tells a story long before people do. Long before people do. Kenyatta, welcome, my love. I see you, my girl. I am covered. Said, I'm not racist. But years ago, we did not hurt our children. That was the other race that did that. I'm very heartbroken that the grandmother reported it to DCFS, but they did not investigate. Rhapsody, that dad's interview was a mess. It was a mess. Let's get into it. Let's talk about weeks. Weeks before anyone even knew little Javeayah was supposedly missing. I want y'all to pay close attention, because every single one of these dates are going to matter. Let's look at May 1st through June 15th. Just let that window sit in your memory for a minute. Let it occupy just a little bit of space. Because according to investigators and the information that was outlined in the arrest warrants, this is that period. This is the time frame which 4-year-old little Javeayah was allegedly assaulted inside her home on Hillsborough Street. Let that sink in. The alleged assault of little Javeayah Harris took place between the 1st of May and the 15th of June. It was alleged that those assaults, not once, but several, investigators alleged that those assaults resulted in severe injuries to that child. And when I saw the video of her, where they were encouraging her to speak to the unborn baby, that child had knots on her head. Let's move forward just a little bit. Let's move to mid-June. According to investigators, this is when the investigators alleged, right, that Javeayah succumbed to those injuries. Mid-June. But here's where, it's in this moment here is where this case takes a very heartbreaking turn. They allege that all of this took place mid-June, but there was no 911 call. There was no ambulance call. There was no, let me take my baby to the emergency room. But she had nerve to pretend she cared. The investigators also alleged that Javeayah's body remained inside that home for some time. Just think about that for a moment. These people went on, she claimed she had a job. So what, you went to work every day and you left that child's body there? So for those two, life went on as normal. While it's being alleged that Javeayah was still inside that home. And according to the investigators, Javeayah's mother admitted, eventually she admitted that Javeayah's remains were transported outside of the county. They were transported outside of the county and disposed of, right? Now we move a little further. We arrive at June 30th. At 8:45 that evening, approximately 8:45, By this time, weeks have passed. Weeks have passed. Then suddenly, oh my God, suddenly she's frantic. Suddenly she makes a 911 call. You're going to make a 911 call on June 30th and report that your 4-year-old daughter has wandered away. Make it make sense, ma'am. Make it make sense. But then you had a story to tell. You not only did you say she wandered away, you said you were inside cooking dinner. You had this story, baby, you had a whole month and some change to get it together. You said you were inside cooking dinner. You said Javeayah asked you, hello? You said Javeayah asked you, could she stay outside a little longer at the chicken coop? I don't know how many 4-year-olds is going to beg and plead to stay outside at a chicken coop. A chicken coop with no chickens. And as tall as them grass where I saw mosquitoes for days. So no way that child wanted to be out there. So it took her 30 days to get this story together. You went as far, ma'am, talking about the people in the neighborhood. Right? The people in the neighborhood that were supposedly addicts. You don't live that kind of life. See, the two of y'all had gotten that story together because he eventually said, and we're going to get to him. He eventually said that strange people were walking in the backyard. Right? I don't get it. How could y'all do that? So now, we got another date on the calendar. You done said all of that, so you got people out searching. Now come July 1st. Less than 24 hours after reporting Javeayah missing, Michelle A. went into labor, gave birth to yet another child. Gave birth to another one. I'm not sitting here asking nobody to speculate. I'm simply laying out the sequence of events and how it all unfolded, because the timeline itself is what got us all here. So July 1st, she done had a whole nother baby. Then we get at the holiday weekend. Investigators is pounding them and interrogating and interviewing both of them. Letting them get no sleep. And thank God they interrogated them separately, right? Because a separate interrogation, right? And in a separate interrogation allowed their statements to no longer align. So that made the investigation get deeper. It intensified, baby. And the investigators say they got to a point where they both made statements that changed the directions of this case. They told on each other. Let me grab some of your comments. Before I move a little further. Marty has a question. Marty says, why is this family hiding? Come out and pay tribute to this 4-year-old baby girl whose life was taken too soon. The pain and suffering she endured by the hands of those meant to care, love, and protect her. Marty, for some reason now they're asking to be left alone. They claim they knew nothing, but we're going to talk about it, Marty. I'm Covered says, the moment that I saw that a 4-year-old was missing, I knew they did it. Because what 4-year-old is out at that time of night? Absolutely. Absolutely. Kamisha said, Mocha, I approve this message. Friends, families, neighbors, school district, the lady on the corner with the shopping cart, the man on the corner with the liquor, somebody would have said something. Absolutely, Kamisha. Tony said the whole city turned out for this baby girl, Tony, and that was such a beautiful thing. That was such a beautiful thing. This lady lied about so many things, but we're going to get into it. Kenyatta said she said the baby wanted to play some more outside. Girl, she said she had the bath water in the tub. She was 39 weeks pregnant and couldn't keep up with her, but you kept your eyes on a 4-year-old, ma'am. Kenyatta, that's what I don't understand. How could you fix your mouth? I'm 39 weeks pregnant. I can't keep up with the 4-year-old. What do you mean, ma'am? That's your 4-year-old. That's your 4-year-old. That's not somebody else's 4-year-old. And then to say you had a bath water in the tub. You gave a lot of information that wasn't needed. That's how we know you practiced it. The water was in the bathtub. You can't keep up with the 4-year-old because you're 39 weeks pregnant. The 4-year-old asked you to please let me stay outside. None of this is making sense. Then you want to blame the neighbors. Then you claim you don't know nothing about the neighborhood that you're in. But then neighbors tell a whole different story. You don't know the neighborhood that you're in. But the substance abuse you took part of, you and him. But you don't know nothing about the neighborhood. Marty says, did you hear that 911 call? She described Javeayah as being mixed. Mixed what? She ain't no cocktail nor a milkshake. She a little black girl like you. Her dad black, you're one fucked up excuse of a woman, in my opinion. Marty, I agree. How do you this first thing to ask you about your child, man? What she had on, and you volunteered and said she's mixed, like that was, of substance. But y'all are hitting on them points tonight. I'm Covered said she also said she had on pajamas. So why would she have pajamas on and you running bath water for her? But She also said that baby had on her play clothes and her play shoes. So which story is it, ma'am? You said one thing. You said one thing to the 911 call. Then you said something totally different as time went on. But man, we're going to dissect it all. Portia says everything they did to that baby is going to come back to them. Absolutely. Sunshine said neither one of them don't need no rights to no child. I pray they gave the new baby to some great people at, oops, you could take that back because the new baby went to family members, Sunshine. Sunshine, the new baby. Hello, somebody. The new baby went to family members. Isn't that something? Where were they? Where were they? But they said that family members in the past had contacted DCFS and nothing was done. But we're going to talk about it. I'm Covered said she was also looking up brain bleed in her phone. Tony says, why did you leave your child alone outside playing when you claimed that the area was full of those substance abuses in that area? Absolutely. 504 said, I agree. Nobody in that family deserves the new kid. These people didn't see it that way. Marty says, what get me is how they lied so easily on what happened and where Javeayah was. Evil can't begin to describe you both demonic entities. That Harris name is unable to speak a true word. Nasty secrets and lies, all you know. This is you just can't wrap your mind around it. You can't wrap your mind around it. But let's continue on. Keep the questions coming, baby, because we're going through them one by one. Let me ask y'all something. I love y'all. I love the way you think. I love the way you interact. And I want to see the chat constantly moving and the questions and the comments keep coming. Let me ask y'all something. After just knowing about this timeline, from May to June, that brought us into July, what part of it bothered you the most? What part bothered you the most? Was it the amount of time that the investigation say passed? Was it the fact that that child was inside that home for a certain amount of time with no life left in her? Was it that fake 911 call? Was it the part where these people involved so much resources, they consume resources from the community, from the state? Let me know. Let me know because, baby, you know I'm coming. It's hard to hear those dates back to back and not feel something. Because when you look at that timeline and lay this stuff out one day at a time, you begin to understand why those investigators said that this case changed so dramatically. Let's look at these arrest warrants. Because according to the investigators, the allegations that's against the mother and the allegations against the father, they are not the same, baby. They are not the same. Each warrant tells his own story. So let's start with that mama. Let's start with that mama. Ooh, child. Let's start with her. Here we have 21 years, 22 years old. She ain't 21, 22. 22 years old. Michelle Monique Herring. Right now, she's facing 2 charges, which can possibly turn into more. She's being charged with homicide by child abuse. She's also being charged with filing a false police report. Imagine this, y'all. Y'all said it right here last night. Because when you read her warrant, the state identifies her, the mama, the one who done went through labor pains, the one who carried Javeayah for 9 months, the mama, the one who laid up there, got pregnant again, only to have that one taken. The mama was the primary physical aggressor. It was the mama. It stated that she caused Javeayah's death through physical child abuse and severe neglect. That's what they said. But then it was her confession that filled in the details. As they questioned her and questioned her and questioned her, she admitted that after the fatal assault, after leaving that baby there, for quite some time, she decided she was tired of looking at her, tired of smelling her. So she took her daughter's body and disposed of it in an outside location. And then came the fake 911 call. And when you listen to it, knowing the truth, it's spine chilling. This lady painted a picture of innocence. That's what she did for those that didn't know no better. She painted a picture of innocence. She said her child was playing by a chicken coop in Minnie Mouse pajamas. This lady created a false trail, telling the dispatchers to look out for the rackheads in the neighborhood. So here it is, you're trying to frame local substance abusers for a kidnapping that you knew never happened, ma'am. So what this woman did, she weaponized the empathy of the community. That's what she did to cover her own tracks. Her own tracks. And when you listen to that 911 call, like I said, it hits completely different. She got on Minnie Mouse pajamas, pink beads. Just lying. South Carolina knows you're lying. There was no child ever wandering away. There was no active kidnapping. And if that search that followed was based on information that investigators now say was fabricated, and if all the allegations are proven in court, that means the entire community were all searching for a child who had already died weeks and weeks and weeks earlier. That's the part for Mocha that is so difficult to process. It wasn't just a lie. It wasn't just a lie. Because this was a deception, a ugly deception that consumes so many people. Levesque, welcome, my love, welcome. Tony said, who was you cooking dinner for, ma'am? And who did you run bath water for? Tony, you understand me? Marty says, they say injuries. She suffered. Those injuries needed medical attention. That's where the child abuse homicide come from. Oh, Marty. But at 8:45 p.m., you got a 4-year-old outside alone. Ma'am, you could have thought about something different. You could have said something. Sunshine talking about diabolical. You abuse and you hurt and you unalive one child, but yet you pregnant with another one. Ma'am, you have to make it make sense. Because right now it ain't. Kenyatta says you let a 4-year-old baby play around nasty chicken coop unattended while you cooking dinner and your husband out doing laundry. You thought you had your lies lined up, but it wasn't believable. Kenyatta, let's talk about the husband-boyfriend dynamic, right? He ran all across these platforms. Well, not the platforms. He called the news station. He wanted to get his story out, baby. When they questioned him, she was his girlfriend. Oh, no, that ain't my wife. That's my old lady. Even while he was interrogated, that's my girlfriend. But her on the frantic 911 call, because you see, me and my husband just moved here, she said. We don't know the community. We don't know the people. Because you see, me and my husband, that was a lie from the pits of hell, ma'am. It's not your husband. You are who you are, and he is who he is. Well, we're going to get to the husband-boyfriend. PJ said, Mocha, those demons had the nerve to bring Javeayah's bike. And girl, PJ, and they put it in the yard like she's been playing and riding on the bike. PJ, did you see how tall the grass were in that yard? How do you point out a chicken coop with no chicken? How could you tell the world that rug addicts was walking through your backyard, ma'am, and it looks like a forest? Oh, Lord Jesus. No nonsense. Welcome, my love. Happy Monday to you, baby. Tony says, Mocha, did you see the signature on the lady's affidavit? She put M, and she started to write a different last name. And whose last name is Harris? His or hers? His. He's a Harris. Cool girl, sister, what's going on, my love? Welcome to you. 504 said, I was raised to be in the house before the street lights come on. I understand why your babies have to be inside before the lights come up, baby. That's how we were raised. That's how you keep a track on your children. Marty says, what about when Javeayah wanted to be left alone from being abused? So you never see photos of the alleged black eyes, the bruised up face, the knots on her head. Harris' name should never be linked to children. It's a cursed name. Steffi Jean, I see you, my love. Welcome, baby, welcome. 504 said in the deadbeat went to 3 different stores to get candy. That's what get me. Who you going to buy candy for, a ghost? How are you going to buy candy for a little girl who could never taste it? How does that happen? How does it happen? The lies you all tell. Hey, Annie, welcome. Annie Ferris, good seeing you, my love. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well. Steffi Jean said, with all these babies dying, we as a community can no longer mind our business. Steffi Jean, I have to agree. I have to agree. We've reached a point in this old, cruel, evil, wicked world, baby, where it's no longer acceptable for us to mind our business. These children are suffering behind closed doors. Because one thing we know, Javeayah, 4 years old, according to the laws and the regulations of school in South Carolina, she was not old enough to be in school, but she was old enough to go to preschool. She was old enough to be enrolled in a daycare. And for as smart as they say she was, she would have excelled. But there was a reason. There was a reason why y'all didn't want her in school. Steffi Jean says, we see something. We all gotta say something. This don't make sense the way these monsters keep unaliving these children. I agree. Wholeheartedly, I agree. Levesque says, you mean to tell me, Mocha? You mean to tell me that lady's family didn't talk to her or stay in touch with their daughter, niece, cousin, or loved one in a month? No communication at all. Mr. Boston, welcome, my love. Levesque, let me tell you something, baby. From what I understand, they said this young lady was the aggressor in everything. From what I'm hearing, from what I'm reading, they said every single time family members attempted to get close to them because they were so young. And they said when they had Javeayah, because he is definitely Javeayah's biological father, when they had Javeayah, they were so young. Neither one of them had finished high school. His grandmother took Javeayah, raised Javeayah, kept Javeayah long enough for them to finish high school. After, and even during, say that little Miss Thing was trying to fight the family to get her daughter. And the family got tired. Eventually, they gave up, gave her back. And in order for the family to not keep in contact with him, they tell me she kept changing phone numbers, kept breaking his phone. They kept moving. They said they would move every month to a different location. That was a red flag right there. And in my opinion, all of that moving was enough to get somebody involved. Charlotte Stewart, welcome, my love. Mary Kay, I see you, baby. Welcome. Tony says, I think that baby had on her PJs when she was injured. And when she is found, she's going to still have them on. Beautiful Soul says, what child wants to be outside in this heat? Not only outside in this heat, because, girl, this heat is a mess. My good grown self don't want to be out there in that heat. But then that child is out there in the heat, in them tall grass with mosquitoes, playing around a shitty chicken coop. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. Cool Girl Sister says, Mocha, I'm just saying. I believe that baby girl is somewhere in that last place in Union County where those neighbors took care of that baby. They saw the abuse. That's why they moved from there. And it seems, Cool Girl Sisters, it seems like anytime some abuse was noted, anytime neighbors recognized something or heard something, Cool Girl Sister, they picked up and they moved. Lisa Wilson, welcome, my love. Veronica, hey, baby, welcome. They packed up and they moved. This is a mess. So last night, as we were doing this live stream, one of the biggest questions I kept seeing in the chat last night was he the father? How much did he know? Was he being lied to? Well, I think I could help y'all on that. Because according to the arrest warrant, they got that answer out that father. And the allegations against him paint a very different picture than what many people initially believed. According to investigators, Javeayah Harris, he was not completely in the dark, y'all. He knew. Investigators alleged that he knew. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take a little look at what his warrant says. We're going to take a little look. And we're going to look at the role he played. 23 years old. 23-year-old Javeayah Harris. Look at that name alone, baby. That tells a story. He too is charged with homicide by child abuse. Make sure you're hitting the like button for your girl. And don't forget to double tap those emojis to the right. Now, I know some of y'all may be thinking, well, if the mother allegedly inflicted the injuries, why is he facing the same charge? Well, according to investigators, they allege that he knew that his 4-year-old daughter had sustained severe physical injuries. According to the warrant, according to his confession, he was aware of her condition. He saw what the investigators describe as very serious injuries. And despite that, he didn't seek help either for his daughter. The investigators said that he failed to act. Then they started using some big words. They said his failure to act demonstrated an extreme indifference to human life. In other words, they're alleging that his inaction became part of what ultimately led to Javeayah's death. But let me tell you something. What happened was the investigators, they didn't let it rest right there. Oh, no, they definitely didn't. They said that Javeayah, the daddy, Harris, they said he participated in concealing everything that happened. He remained inside that home knowing that Javeayah was also in another room deceased for weeks. For weeks. And then when law enforcement arrived on June 30th, they said that he attempted to explain his whereabouts by trying to make the people believe he was not at the house. He was at the laundromat. Then he went to 3 different stores going buy candy and what? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Whew. Star says, Auntie, the fact that she was in the house for over a month and they went about their lives like everything was normal. Niece, that is so sickening. How do you do that? How in God's name could you do that? Kamisha said, Mocha, they took that description from Granny Mouse, the playbook. She mixed. Got on Mickey Mouse PJs. She in a chicken coop. She get in the tub. The lies. Kamisha, the lies didn't stop right there. Yakia said they posted a few strange things. This May 10th to the 19th. Yakia, I haven't seen. I need to go to their page and pull up. Girl. My girl Kenyatta says, Mocha, what bothers me was just how can 2 parents, how they could harm their innocent child they gave birth to. You supposed to love and protect dearly. Absolutely. And you know what, Kenyatta? Neither one of them had a job. So you woke up to a corpse. You went to bed with a corpse. You knew it was there, but you went on with your life like everything was all right. I don't get that. I don't get that. So here we have 23-year-old Javeayah Harris being charged with the same charge. Because if you think he was supposed to get a lesser charge because he didn't commit the physical assault, no, that ain't how this works. Because South Carolina law says otherwise. His warrant, it outlined a level of cruelty that's almost impossible to comprehend. He knew, had full knowledge that this child had been severely physically abused. He saw the injuries. He knew she was hurt, and he deliberately chose not to seek medical attention. So literally, he watched his daughter fade away from her injuries and chose to protect the abuser rather than to save the child. So why would he protect that mother and not his own child? And he has a charge of concealment on his warrant. And that concealment charge, it proved that he helped maintain this secret. He lived in a home with the body of his deceased daughter for weeks. But yet you had a story to tell, sir. You had a story to tell. On June 30th, you pull up in your car and you staged a fake alibi. You had been to the laundromat for 90 minutes. And you had no idea why the deputies was at your house. He was no bystander in this. He was truly an accomplice to the end. Till the end. Whew. This is a lot. This is a lot. How do you wrap your mind around something like this? Cool Girl Sister says that mama started lying at the beginning and didn't know how to lie. Shaquisha, I see you, my love. Shaquisha want to know, do y'all think she's covering for the father? No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Shaquisha. Right now, it's been discovered he's covering for her. Star says they need to write. Oh, Lord, yes, Kenyatta. This story reminds me of poor baby Genesis. And baby Genesis still haven't been found. Marty says Javeayah never moved to that hillbilly shack. Marty, I want to know, how did they find that shack? Who were they paying rent to in those grasses? Baby, because it looked abandoned. You hear me? Marty says those unsavory neighbors, even the substance abusers, told the police they'd never seen a child at that house. Hey, Sarah Jackson, welcome, my love. And happy Monday to you, baby. Happy Monday. Shaquisha says an area familiar with where the dad fish at. Oh, yeah, she's covering for him. No. It appears, according to the information that they're putting out, he's covering for her. She was the aggressor. She was the aggressor. Tony said, oh, yeah, Mocha, that man is going to tell on her to get a deal. Because you can tell that the mom is the aggressor with hurting that baby because she can't handle two children at once. So she wanted to have her baby. Not only that, Tony. Let's look at it in another way. My girl, Dr. JD, is up in here. Hey, baby. Key Styles, welcome, my love. Dr. JD, I hope all is well. Haven't seen you in a minute, sis. 504. 504. Thank you so much, my love, for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Dr. JD, thank you as well, my love, for supporting the channel. Tony, girl, I can't wrap my mind around the fact that she said, I'm 39 weeks pregnant and I can't handle a 4-year-old. But ma'am, you said that a little too late. A little too late. Maybe, if just maybe, had you said that before you done the unthinkable, baby, that child would still be here. And if y'all think we know what we know now, let's just wait for the rest because, baby, there's more. There's more to come. Kenyatta says she caused the law enforcement to waste manpower, hours, and equipment. And that's where they're going to sting her. That's where they're going to burn her. Absolutely, 504. 504 says they're going to have to reimburse the state of South Carolina. Absolutely. Victoria, I see you, my love. Wasting taxpayers' money and time. Oh, yeah. Marty said, save taxpayers' hard-earned money. Make. Lottie Marty, thank you for always supporting the channel, my love. We appreciate you. We appreciate your support. Marty says to make the punishment fit the crime. Do to them what they did to Javeayah and left them in that shack to suffer. Javeayah only had 4 short years of life, and they contributed to it being cut short. Sarah says, Lord, when that father started talking, Sarah, my girl, Sarah, you can tell, Sarah, that over the course of the weeks, the two of them had sat there and planned and thought out what to say. But you see, when you got fear in you, Sarah, that fear triggered the hell out of them. That fear, that fear made them trip over their feet. They started talking. Hey, look at Kippy. Hey, my love. How are you? How are you? Hope all is well. 504 said that slow hope Couldn't think of another lie because there was no chicken coop. 504. 504. It looked like an abandoned dog house in the grass. I don't understand it. Guys, just a reminder, if you have not hit that like button for your girl, I encourage you to please do so. Please do so. That like button is free all day long. All day long. It won't cost you a dime. And all I'm asking is for you to help me, help you to circulate the stream. Sunshine said the family didn't know the new baby either. No, the family barely knew little Javeayah. They kept moving. Running from those folks. Marty says, oh, please. She's devious as a serious serial unaliver. Look in her eyes. They black like carpet. That woman ain't got no soul. To me, she was jealous of Javeayah. Because until I see her DNA, it's a child. I don't think she was. Well, according to his family members, I'm going to post their posts on the community wall tonight. According to his family members, Javeayah is both of them's biological child. It was stated, like I said earlier, grandmother. His grandmother watched over Javeayah while the two of them graduated high school. She allowed them to graduate high school. Thank you so very much, Kippy. Thank you so very much. Hey, Tiffany, welcome, love. There's more to come out. So much more. Victoria said, I figured he was making a deal because they said he wasn't ready for the hearing. They don't allegedly make decisions as to when you get ready. Absolutely, Victoria. Absolutely, because I couldn't understand when they said he wasn't ready. How is it that he ain't ready to go to court? So you mean to tell me the judge had to wait on him because he wasn't ready? Good observation, Victoria. Great observation. Mr. Boston says, I don't trust nobody around my kids. I understand. I could truly understand. Kenyatta says, and why did they choose that day to go buy candy? Kenyatta, not only choose that day, sister, to go buy candy, Kenyatta, they bought candy, they did laundry, all on that particular day. And look, they made it so convenient that he wasn't home when she made the 911 call. And that's something. How convenient. The Alicia, hey, my love. Welcome. Cynthia Harmon, I see you, baby. Welcome. Alicia said, oh, shit, no, you didn't say the last name is Harris. Mocha, here we all go again with the crazy, lying, conniving monsters. Alicia, girl. Girl. Definitely. That name is something about that name said like Marty. Marty says a curse. Sunshine said that baby could have been in a program, especially if that girl, girl, you could call that woman some names. If she was getting food stamps and cash, let me tell you something. Why would they sit there and say that they label that child as being autistic and on the spectrum? But then they turn around and say, we know she is, but they said she couldn't legally get tested until she was 4. I want to know who told them that. I want to know who told them that. Marty said, put them both in general population just for 5 minutes. The pain you give out to Javeayah is the pain you'll get back tenfold. Hardened criminals do hideous crimes. They can't take child or elder abusers. Charlotte Stewart, I see you, my love. Mimi says, I don't believe he's the father of Javeayah. Victoria says, who plays with chicken? Victoria says, who plays with chickens? Rambunctious and aggressive. Absolutely. Who plays with chicken? And at 4 years old. I don't get it. I don't get how they sit there a whole month and this is a lie that they come up with. Victoria said that's why he removed himself from the residence. Going to several stores to get candy. Yeah, right. Veronica says, oh my God. Here we go again. Part 2 to this family. Harris, I'm so glad my uncle kept me away from certain people because they ain't nothing but drama and more drama. Just crazy, Veronica. Girl. Carla Henry, girl, it's a mess. When I tell you Carla Henry, it's a mess. It's a mess. Levesque said family and her were definitely feuding terribly, Mocha. She wasn't doing right, and her family went back and forth. Seems they tried to step in. From what I know, they did. They tried. From what I heard, Levesque, they tried to step in. Victoria said, once I heard that 911 call, I was convinced she did it. He lied, but her unemotional call helped me to ascertain it was her. I'm covered, sister. This is the part that I agree with everybody wholeheartedly. Right? They were able to tell their story. They confessed what they knew. They confessed what they did. They confessed the role that they played. Since you did all of that, let's save this child before her being out there in the elements turn out to be worse than what it already is. It's already been a month. They should make them both. Take them to the area where they disposed of her body. Absolutely. I agree with that. 504 said, how can anyone live in a house with a decomposing child? The smell should have been awful. 504, girl, and it's 100 degrees outside. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Carla Henry said, so did they find her yet? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And that's what happened. That's what happened. But I believe something more. I want to know what made that mama do what she did to her own damn child. What was it that a 4-year-old could have possibly done to make you go there with her? I'm confused. What could a 4-year-old have done, ma'am, to take you there? I don't get it. They have no bond, Carla Henry. No bond, and I'm grateful for that. No bond. Very much denied. Kippy says, Mocha, why? Let me grab this comment. Why they didn't make them show where she is? They're already told. And to wait 30 days to dramatize a damn phone call and make a false statement, that part, Kippy. But it gets better. Because I believe the family members suspected something was foul too. Because there is evidence. There's evidence of that mama having back and forth text message conversations with the brother, with the boyfriend's brother. He said something to the effect of, oh, y'all must be getting ready. Y'all proud to be having another baby. She made some small talk. And during that text message, he asked over and over about Javeayah. She never gave him an answer. But instead, she started posting pictures, y'all. She started posting old pictures of Javeayah in the park when Javeayah was much younger than 4 years old. And that was to keep the family, his family, her family, off of their back. I haven't heard much from her family, but his family is very vocal. And the grandfather, I don't know if it was, I don't know if it was her father, his father, I don't know which one. But he said he learned about little Javeayah through Facebook. And he showed up at the visual because that was his granddaughter. Kenyatta, thank you so very much, my love, for supporting this channel for 14 months. We appreciate you, sis. Kenyatta says mom had a problem with Javeayah peeing in the bed. She's still a baby, and that's called an accident, and parents parenting. Absolutely. But that was an excuse she used, and I don't believe it had nothing to do with that child peeing in the bed. I think it had everything to do with her not wanting to be a mama, her not wanting to be a woman. It's something, and it could have had a lot to do with the fact CPS was going to our house because she was being called on, and the substance abuse, allegedly. Marty says, hey, I had a light bulb moment. What kind of candy he was buying and what kind of liquid detergent he used. Damn, Marty. Marty, he said he left the clothes at the laundromat and went run to the candy store. Tony says, Mocha, did the police search the woods where the mom claims she will walk to let the dogs run around and play? No, there's no need in searching there. There's no need in searching there, Tony. Because from confessions and from what we all know, little Javeayah did not make it to Aiken, South Carolina. They haven't been living there very long. I don't give a shit what they say and I don't think the child ever made it to Aiken. I really don't. But that's my opinion. I believe it happened at the last place that they were, in Union City. And I believe after leaving little Javeayah in that apartment for so long, they couldn't take it. They couldn't take the smell. So listen, it was easier to dispose of her in Union City than leave Aiken with the corpse and travel to Union City. If y'all could follow what I'm saying. Hey, Shell, baby, welcome, my love. And we appreciate you. Absolutely, Kippy. She said she didn't know no neighbor. They hadn't been there very long. Hadn't been there very long. So what did they keep running from? Every other month y'all are moving? Every other month y'all are moving, but I do believe that child is in Union City. Tony said, Mocha, why is her phone off? And you got a little girl and the baby on the way. It's not adding up for me. Tony, I believe that was another fabrication, unless she just didn't have a phone. And she was doing like Shannon them with the text now numbers. Maybe she was doing like, maybe she said all she could have done was dial 911. That's what she said. She said her phone was off. How could your phone be off, ma'am? And you got a job. Most cheap phone bills today, shit, you can pay $10 a month, $20 a month. Pregnant? You already got a child and you got one on the way. But you ain't got a phone. It's the lies for me. Marty said that his family is very vocal on Facebook. That's about it. Roaches. That's all of them. That's all of them. PJ said, Tony, her phone is off because the food didn't pay the bill. But she told the judge she made $1,300 weekly. Now we got to make that make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And then Sunday came, just yesterday. The both of them stood before a magistrate judge. And they both were denied bond. They were denied bond because the severity of the abuse and the homicide can only be handled by a higher court. So they remain behind bars. Neither one, they told those people they had jobs. Neither one qualified for a public defender because, according to South Carolina, both of them made too much money. So now, what we know tonight is that the search is far from over for little Javeayah. They're no longer in Aiken County, looking for Javeayah. They have recovery teams tonight, y'all, in Fairfield County. That's one of the places they lived. They also have Javeayah. They also have recovery efforts being made in Union County. Searching for where this child was left. What I want to do right now, I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear your voices on this. Because no child, none, deserves to go through what this baby went through. If we do nothing else on this porch, we're going to continue being a voice for those who can no longer speak for themselves. Kippy says, but the neighbors knew and loved that baby. Holding candlelights, they noticed the 30 days, the search. They search on in the next county. I pray there's not another Javeayah Harris case. Make them tell. Absolutely, Kippy. Make them tell. Make them tell. Come hell or high water. At your sketch, you need to tell where this baby is. And I hope South Carolina is not another Kim Worthy. We're satisfied with what they gave us. No, we're not buying that. We don't want that. We want this child at 4 years old to be laid to rest with the same dignity and that she came into this world with. This child did not deserve that. God is with me. Welcome to the chat, my love. This baby, by no shape or form, by hook or crook, she did not deserve the hand that she was dealt at 4 years old. And I kind of believe that daddy in one instance, when they tried to question whether or not this baby was autistic, and he said she was smarter than him. I believe it. Because who in their right mind does what they did? It's the lies for me. You cooking dinner, and this baby begged to stay outside and play with chicken. Kenyatta says they need to tell where that baby at. Bring her home to a proper funeral. Then tell what they did to her. She deserved that much. Absolutely. Absolutely. God is with me, says she's safe in his arms. Absolutely. We just need her physical back. Marty says she got $1,300 a month. She had a good job. And she would have got maternity leave and pay. She didn't want Javeayah. I hope this new baby is a boy. Trust me, Harris' name in girls is no good. My heart hurts for that baby. My heart hurts for all children that suffer at the hands of those who are supposed to love them, supposed to care, nurture, and protect them. Beautiful Soul says, beautiful soul, that part. She told the operator that she's worried about the sea head, but yet you let her stay outside while she cooked dinner, while she had the imaginary bath water in the tub. You're cooking dinner. You had an imaginary tub of bath water. And in the same breath, you says, I can't handle a 4-year-old. We got to make it make sense. We have to make it all make sense. Javeayah was 4 years old. Four. 4 years old. Y'all done got quiet on me. We getting ready to get out of here. Don't get quiet now, baby, because this is worth talking about all night long if we're willing to talk. You're praying for Javeayah, all children. Let's flood the chat in this moment with prayer hands, hearts, doves for these children. We're not here for much longer. Because at the center of all of this was a little girl. And I want us to remember that. Javeayah, 4 years old. A child who should have been worried about cartoons. A child who should have been worried about playing outside, but not with chicken. A child who should have been learning new things and simply being a kid. But instead, this child's life ended too soon. And tonight we could only say from this porch that our thoughts remain with everybody who truly loved her. And when I say those that truly loved her, that meant every investigator, every volunteer, and every person that's working extra hard to bring this baby home. Because as of tonight, this mission is not over. The search is still ongoing. And all any of us could ever hope is that Javeayah is found so she can finally be brought home and laid to rest with the dignity that every child deserves. Beautiful Soul said, the operator said, can she talk? Beautiful Soul, that lady smirked on that phone like something was funny. And I picked it up. And I'm pretty sure, just like you picked it up, somebody else picked it up. Marty says, I don't think we far off with that Harris name. That's why the dad's family hiding what we're going to see. And like Naziah, Javeayah captured the world's heart. Oh my. Oh my. What if more Uncle Daddies popped up? Oh Lord, I pray not. I pray that's just a coincidence. Shell Baby said, I think the father is going to tell and blame everything on the mother. Shell Baby, he can't blame shit on her. He may say that she was the one that done it, right? That's the evidence that's already been obtained by the investigators. They know she was the aggressor. They know she's the one that allegedly did all of this. He's being charged with the same charge because he willingly, deliberately sat there, knew all this was going on, accepted it, and moved on with his life like nothing ever went wrong. He laid in the bed with this woman each and every night, knowing that that baby's body was laying in the next room. That's why he's charged. So his charge would never be lesser than hers, as it shouldn't be. Guilty by association. That's why I always stress, when you know better, you do better. How can you ever love somebody more than you love yourself? That's insane to me. Alicia said, I believe he got rid of that baby while he was running around town making an alibi for himself. But what we're going to have to do is track the distance from Aiken County, from Aiken to Union City, and the other little places in between. Because I don't believe they left Aiken. I don't, and that's just my opinion. I don't believe that they left Aiken to go drop her off someplace. I believe when they moved to Aiken, they moved there without her. No neighbor never saw Javeayah. Navek said that newborn has no siblings left. Mother and father incarcerated. Hope never gets stuck in the system. Mocha, this is so sad and heartbreaking. Levesque, it's the worst. It's the worst, Levesque. Maybe it's a beautiful thing that this baby that she just gave birth to, because to my understanding, that baby was left in the hospital for a little bit because the baby was born with substances in its system. Then the baby was given to a family member. So the only blessing that came out of this for the new baby is that they'll never get to know her. That they'll never get to know him. That's the only blessing. That's the only blessing. The only blessing. After Carla Henry, the world is full of sick people. You're going to get it, Marty. You go get it, boo. Shell Baby says neither one of them showed any emotions in court. Not a tear, a sniffle, a runny nose, or nothing. That Shell Baby. That man didn't know what to say, didn't know how to twitch his lips. He knew that woman did everything that she did. Right? But reality hit him. Reality hit him and made him realize, now you loved her that much, you're going to pay just like she paid. So as I end tonight, let's remember the true heart of this tragedy. Those that had interaction with Javeayah, and those that had interaction with her was people that they would leave her with to babysit her. They said she was smart. They said she was very talkative and incredibly friendly. This baby, y'all, deserved a lifetime of summers. She deserved a safe bed to sleep in. She also deserved parents who would protect her fiercely. But instead, Javeayah, at 4 years old, was failed by the two people who were supposed to be her shield against the world. Tonight, the search teams are still out there in South Carolina on a mission to bring Javeayah home. We pray they find her soon so she can finally be laid to rest. Nobody should ever have to endure anything like this. Ever. And I want to thank each and every one of y'all for spending your evening here on the porch with me. Thank you all for your thoughtful and very respectful comments. Thank you. Thank you all for keeping this conversation respectful. I appreciate that. And thank you all for continuing to be a voice for children who can no longer speak for themselves. And if you've enjoyed tonight's discussion, or you found value in the things that we discussed, take a quick second and hit the like button if you haven't already done it. And if you're new to the porch, I'd love to have you become a part of this community. Go ahead on and subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications so you know every time the porch light comes on. Because one thing I want you to know, this case isn't over. We'll continue following every court hearing, every document that's dropped, and every update right here. Together, this is what we're going to do. Until next time, guys, hug your babies. Check on somebody you love and lead with kindness, and never underestimate the power of paying attention. See something, say something. Rest in peace, sweet Javeayah. Baby girl, your name, your story, and your life will never be forgotten. It will never be forgotten. Thank each and every one of you for another beautiful night, supporting the channel in any way you did, whether it was big or small. I appreciate it all. Let's leave out of here tonight flooding the chat. Let's flood this chat with hearts and prayer hands for Javeayah and every other child who's lost their voice to senseless acts. We will be back on this porch doing what we do each and every night. Good night. God bless. And I love each and every one of you.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. No. Motor leading from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. Tapping if you real, we don't fake nothing here. Got a team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. Moki in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Know the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the check gon' rep that crowd. We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. Won't you lead 'em from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. one tribe, one mission in mind. We protect what's right and we hold that line. It's the chat where the truth and the love collide, where the voices don't hide and the pain gets light. We see you, we feel you, we fight for the cause. Every kid, every tear, we break down walls. When you hear that bell, that's the call to act. We family now, and that's just facts. We stand tall, we rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care are everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This one's for every voice we fight for and every child who needs to be heard. We see you, we feel you. We stand with the truth. This is the Know Your Bells. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Stand tall with join the family.
Good night, everyone. God bless.